You don't fuck with Courtney. Don't play that shit, bro. On fourth grade, don't play that shit, bro. At the end of the day, bro, I'm saying, bro, they can't actually all that shit, bro. Suck that shit, bro. That's real nigga shit. If y'all not doing the bullshit, we getting money. That's it. But you see what I'm doing? You doing your thing. See what I'm doing? I feel what that is. Right there. Yeah, we knew you was there already. We knew you was there. On the distance said, niggas called us from Chicago said, Breezy and Vegas, go work the strip right now. All that fuck shit, bro, that shit out, bro. That's all I'm saying, bro. All that fuck shit with some wig, all that shit, bro. That's why I said we right here. That's what you doing. That shit out, bro. All that. I'm saying you record, that's what I'm saying. Fuck that camera, nigga. Fuck all that shit, nigga. I'm gonna fuck out no camera, nigga. I'm a real nigga. That's why we right here. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. All that chaos shit out. All that smoke, anything. That's what I'm saying. That's what it is. That shit dead. If we gonna keep it cool, we gonna keep it cool. You don't let smoking little whole shit. All that shit. That's what happened in the hood, shorty. All that, I'm smoking little whole. That's my uncle. Right, my blood cousin. Okay, that's okay. I'm salty now. I'm salty now. Hold little more. That's my uncle. Right, that's my cousin. That's what I'm salty, bro. I'm salty. That's what I'm saying. It's bigger than all that shit. My daddy called me crying about that shit.
Hey, crap.
Bro, I'm the only nigga that walked the Ray from through 600 to Jaro when we went to John Hope, my nigga. It's like that, bro. Little Warren just got killed, nigga. My daddy got called me crying about that shit. It's bigger than this shit, bro. Niggas just killed my uncle. Fuck with Jaro, all that shit, nigga. That's my uncle, bro. No bullshit, nigga. If y'all talk to Ray right now from jail, y'all, that's my cousin. Period. Shorty ain't never let them do nothing to me. That's family, y'all. All that. But that's what I'm saying. You don't disrespect us, don't disrespect yours. We getting money. That's what that shit. I don't do that shit anyway. I'm for the low end. This is the one for my brother.
Hey, crap.
But look, now you can't say you ain't just going and be on that. You was on your gyro shit for a minute. I was never gyro on STL, bro. Never gyro in my life. That shit never in my life, bro. It's not the same, bro. It's a big difference. They don't ride with us. We don't ride with them. It's not the same, bro. I don't give no fuck when nobody tells me it's not the same, bro, at all, bro. All that shit out, bro. JoJo, bro. Motherfucker, who they?
Check it out now. Goddamn, Chiraq Negroes are built differently, man. Okay, with the exclusion of 600 Breezy, these niggas are built like pregnant roaches, bro. Listen, I'm so used to seeing a pistol in their hand or a motherfucking bazooka that when I see them without it, I'm like, wait, these niggas walking around like carrying bags in the mall? Like, what the fuck? Now, I miss the days when the Chiraq Savages, the extent of their travels used to be 5 blocks, okay? If you beefing with them and you live further than 5 blocks, you'll never see them, okay? Only way they could go is where their motherfucking J's could bring them to and where the bus route goes, okay? But now these guys are going all over the place, man. These niggas are going to different states. I see the Savages saying they're cooling in Miami, cooling in L.A. These niggas are motherfucking traveling. So that's a big problem. Now, the smart Chiraq Savages have gotten the fuck out of Chiraq, okay? Salute to 600 Breezy. Of course, he's there a good amount, but he's usually away from Chiraq, okay? If you want to live, you don't stay in Chiraq. Now, when you in Nevada, you in a mall in Nevada, the last person you hope to run into, I would imagine, is one of them dusty Negroes that you used to be beefing with when you were in the trenches in Chiraq. Okay, so in 600 Breezy, you know what I mean, he just came from the store. I mean, actually, what type of bag he got? I got to find out where do Savages shop at. But he looked like he was just walking around the mall. Probably just got like one of them little pretzel joints from the Auntie Anna's or whatever. And basically, he runs into 2 other Chiraq Savages. He runs into Billionaire Black and King Yella. Okay, now, here's the problem between them. We have one guy who's been disrespecting the other guys like dead homies, and this is a really big deal, okay? That's like, yo, that's punishable by death, okay? Actually, it's usually punishable by death, and it's usually on sight. However, you can imagine, you're about like, I want to say 1,500 miles from home. I'm imagining nobody has a pistol on them. I'm also imagining that y'all realize you're at a fucking mall, right? And I'm also realizing that, yo, listen, man, after you motherfucking are walking through the mall, if you could go from just 0 to 100, it'd be a special rare thing, okay? Now, not that these niggas would not be able to do it, but instead of just fighting, instead of just shooting, they had a conversation. And I was actually pleasantly surprised by this. This is the last thing I would expect. Because when these niggas be dissing each other's dead homies and shit, they promise that on sight they're killing the other one, right? So, they're having a conversation and they're kind of explaining why they feel a certain type of way and, how they felt about people talking about the people who died on their side. And I kind of get it. And listen, all I'm going to say is that nobody caught an L in this situation. But I know in the terms of the internet and niggas being niggas, we always think about who catches an L. And let me just put it out there now. The person who tries to spin this on social media, you lost. Okay? If both parties don't come away from it by saying, yo, we had a conversation, we were bigger men about it, rather than fighting or shooting, we talked it out, okay? If they don't both come out and say that, I mean both parties, that's the person that's going to catch an L. If anybody spins it like, you lucky I ain't get to the car, yo, I spared your life, yo, you ain't do nothing, you should have popped off, you niggas wasn't about it. If I hear that from any one of these niggas, man, this is when you realize that, yo, people just do it for the internet. Because y'all should have did it in the moment, or y'all should at least be able to admit to people that, y'all had a conversation and it was cool and y'all moved on. Okay? Are you doing it for the internet? Or are you doing it because you really have problems? Or when you were there and you did not fight or whatever the case is, are you okay with that? And you could just move on. We'll see who's really doing it for the quote-unquote fans. All right? I don't want to hear none of y'all say I was going to do something. Just say you had a conversation. And for me, that's very important, and that's the biggest step of it all. That's where all this violence in Chiraq comes from. If y'all could talk it out and kind of get to a medium, there would definitely be less violence. So when I see people talking, I got to applaud it. All right? I don't want to hear the spin shit, but I know it will be because internet and the fans will get to niggas' egos and they'll gas it up like, oh, yeah, matter of fact. Nah, that's not cool. Gonna come out with Jackie Demics. Make sure you guys like them, subscribe. I'm out.